Number 7, Terrell Holloway. Number 11, Andy Perez. Number 22, Emmanuel Andujar. Number 23, Bartel Lopez. Number 24, Jared Ruiz. Number 29, Francisco Garth. Number 33, Devon Jefferson. And number 35, Jensen Campbell. Real Esteli is coached by David Rosario. The officials for tonight's BCLA matchup, the crew chief is Michael Weiland. The umpires, David Chicanano and Andre Ibarra-Burgos.
On the line tonight, Real Esteli of Nicaragua taking on Libertadores out of Querétaro, Mexico. Jason Tom here alongside Joe Razzo. Joe, we're in for a treat here tonight. Two of the top offenses in this Champions League going head-to-head right in front of us.
And I'd go further than that. I'd talk about maybe the two of the best teams in the Championship League right here in front of us. These two teams are very different. One plays a lot of players in Libertadores, and in Esteli, they play a group of 6, maybe 7.
We're down to the final 2 games of competition involving 12 teams, 36 games played over 3 months, spanning 7 countries across North, Central, and South America. Both of these teams have already booked their ticket to the quarterfinals, but whoever finishes first in this group will cross over to face Minas in a best-of-3 series and avoid Kimsa. They finished first in Group B with a 5-1 record. But both of these teams we're watching tonight, as you mentioned, Joe, they both have a shot at making their way all the way to the Final Four of this tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see these two teams in the finals. That's how talented they are. They've got great amount of international players. Libertadores has 9 national team players from different countries, and Esteli has 8.
2 stellar coaching staffs as well that have played each other already now twice in this tournament, so this will be the rubber match, which is why first place is on the line as well. Whoever wins this game, it means everything to them going forward. The quarterfinals are a best-of-3 in the crossover, and then whoever wins those best-of-3 will then advance as the Final Four. And as you had mentioned, when you talk about national team, it's spread out all over Central and South America, the representation here tonight.
And these guys all know each other.
Yes.
They've played, some of them have been teammates on opposing teams. So they all know each other. Scouting reports will be easy. They've played each other twice, and you're going to find right off the bat, you know, the advantage that Libertadores has is the fact that they are fresh. Last night, Real Esteli had to play 6 players, 180 minutes of 200. So the advantage, if there is any, goes towards Libertadores.
Esteli had to play last night against the hometown Brampton Honey Badgers. They went up big early, up by as many as 25 in the second quarter, but the Honey Badgers battled back and made it quite a game down the stretch. Ended up losing by 6, did the hometown Honey Badgers. But as you had mentioned, as a result, big minutes played by Esteli's big horses in this game, but they have a stacked lineup that, again, they don't go too deep into the bench, but if they need to, they can. And Libertadores coming in here with some fresh legs. They've been here since the 4th of February. So they're feeling right at home here as much as he can north of the border here in Canada.
And the wild card for Esteli will be Jared Ruiz. He's been injured, didn't play last night, but looked like he was ready to play tonight. And if he plays, that will help them immensely, because I think he's the best national Nicaraguan player that they've had.
Some pretty stellar players from the America region as well. You see Thomas Robinson getting to the middle here to take the tip against a guy I'm sure you're going to hear me mention a lot tonight. Israel Romero, number 28 in the orange for Libertadores, has had himself quite a tournament, but as has Thomas Robinson, who is leading all the BCLAs in points per game. Competition right off the start. Have to get 10 minutes back up on the clock to get the jump ball here underway, and it's won by Libertadores from right to De Jesus, who gets it up early and often. He had himself quite a game in Brampton last night to Jezreel De Jesus, and he opens the scoring here.
And the scouting report on De Jesus is maximum range shooter. Don't give him any space, be physical with him. And in that case, they didn't on the first play of the game.
And there's the answer. The 2 highest scoring clubs in this tournament coming out red hot right off the hop. Joseph Avila from downtown.
Yeah, JJ Avila can knock the shot down.
Steal by Gutierrez. No good by Lee, gets it right back. Sorry, that was Lee's. And the wing 3 is no good, but getting it right back is Libertadores. Looking for the cutting Israel Romero, draws the foul and gets the basket. Israel Romero getting himself to the charity stripe here.
And he does that constantly in the half court and in the full court. You'll get a tray of him. Here he is, nice cut down the middle. And Romero is a great athlete going down the middle. Good hands. This is where he had some issues throughout the tournament, is at the free throw line.
Yeah, just over 50% from the line is Romero. Robinson with the rebound. And it's the front court of Robinson and Jefferson who are going to be interesting to watch in this one. Two guys who, when you talk about big minutes that they can play, you'll see it down the stretch. That's going to be affecting their legs. To Holloway, to Jefferson, rumbling and bumbling through the lane, but can't get it to go, and Romero pushing it back the other way. A little give and go, but off the chest of Romero. Jefferson back the other way for Esteli. Esteli in the white with red trim. Libertadores in the bright orange. De Jesus with the rock off the Robinson screen. De Jesus, Jefferson. This time he stops, drops a little floater. The big man's got that floater here.
37-year-old Devon Jefferson knows his role and knows how to score and gets himself into his range all the time.
Leaves, drive, turns it over, kick ball. Keeping it this way.
A couple things right off the bat that I noticed is Esteli used to Holloway to start their offense. And De Jesus is, the prominent point guard, playing him a little bit off the ball because he's shooting the ball so well throughout the tournament.
Inbound to Romero. Gutierrez up top. Moving screen, but a little bit of contact down low as well. Holloway undercut the shooter, got away with it. Holloway gets it here on the other end. A little give and go with De Jesus. De Jesus drives, good strip by Giron, but maintaining possession, and Jefferson with a two-handed rim visit. We got a good game here in the early going. Esteli up 2.
An exceptional internal passing team, this Esteli team. Between Robinson, Jefferson, and Andujar, very good in small spaces near the rim.
Splitting the D and a late whistle there. Robinson was asking who was on, and it was De Jesus who picks up the foul.
And De Jesus is real quick there to put up his hand. Loose ball on the ground here. Robinson, good pass inside. See Jefferson, you'll see this throughout the game. They see each other very well, all the bigs.
Romero to Gutierrez. Jorge Gutierrez is the name I think basketball fans around the world would know by now. Another corner 3. Joseph Avila loves that spot of the floor.
JJ's the big man who can knock it outside.
Robinson looking to back down the smaller Giron, but Giron did well to bother the larger Robinson out of bounds with 11 on the shot clock.
And it's showing you right off the bat that they're going to bring help against these bigs from Esteli.
Esteli has a tremendous amount of size out there, and they flexed that early against Brampton on Tuesday. Robinson. Driving isn't really his game, but he can get it done. Looked like it was clean, but called a foul, some contact on the arm of Vila picking it up.
Yeah, he's a very good straight line player. And you saw last night, he had some great finishes with both hands, but he liked the matchup, gave him an opportunity to get to the game. So he gets it on a face-up, and he likes Avila standing up. He goes right after him, looking to get to the free throw line, and he did a great job of this yesterday, and that's why he was the leading scorer coming into this game.
Yeah, Robinson has had himself a stellar BCLA. Played over 300 games in the NBA, now applying his trade here. And he definitely loves the style of basketball that is played in Central and South America, really suits his style.
And he's much fitter than he was in the first window.
Giron again into the corner of Vila, corner office, but this time can't get it to go. De Jesus to Holloway. Foul down low on Romero, battling with Robinson early. Some early work going on down there.
Yeah, if you like good post play, this is the game to watch. These two post players are trying to run down the floor to claim position and bury the other post underneath the basket.
We are tied at 8 here, 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Another foul call once again on Avila. Kind of pleads the official, saying, what can I do right here then?
And a huge second foul, same as the last play. Takes it to his left hand, tries to get Avila straight up, draws the contact looking for it, Now you've just taken the best shooter in the game so far out for Libertadores. But because they've got such a quality bench, Juan Tello, who has been sensational in these first 2 windows, comes in. This is a strength of Libertadores.
There's 37-year-old out of Colombia. He definitely knows what to do with that veteran presence out there on the floor. And again, knows a lot of these players. Robinson cashing it. Both teams, it feels like a little bit of a chess match here in the early going. Seeing what each of them can get on the offensive end. Lees with the rock. Ooh, nice pass fake. Freeing up the 3, Guerin from the land beyond.
He has been a dead-eye shooter his entire career. He's played 100 games for the Mexican national team. Guerin has always been a great outside shooter. Don't leave him open.
Jefferson into the lane. Once again, soft finish by Jefferson. He's got a little bit of everything out there.
And the part about Jefferson that's great is he doesn't take bad shots.
Yeah. Got a couple of high percentage finishers here. That is one of them, Romero, but he can't get it to go and cleans up his own mess, Israel Romero.
And if he has a deficiency in the low post, it's that he's right-hand dominant. They played him for that there.
No whistle on that one. Jefferson continuing to eat down low. Good battle here. Nice take and finish once again. Guerin from the outside, from the inside. GG getting it done.
Nice that Guerin makes the 3 and then turns around and uses that last shot to take it to the basket.
Called on the reach in was Guerin. Just inching up on the midway point.
Guerin just knocked down a 3, used that to his advantage, created a closeout, and then takes it to the basket.
Outside game, opening the inside game. Jefferson now is also a very good passer, fakes the pass. Can't get it to go this time. A lot of contact down low. Robinson hits the floor, no call, so Libertadores has numbers. Gutierrez kick out Guerin. Nice extra pass. Leads, drive, kick. Gutierrez into the corner. Tello backing down the smaller defender. Nice pass to Romero, but he airs it out from in close. Back comes Esteli, De Jesus. Turns it right over. Gutierrez all alone. A 3-on-1. Romero. Mid-air, can't get it to go. Jefferson just decided to hold his ground, but another steal. Helter-skelter basketball right now. The official almost takes it in the head, and Tello finishes softly. That was a lot of back and forth there, Joe.
And you've got one team that's a little fresher than the other one.
Yeah.
Libertadores, bigger bench, fresher, didn't play last night. They're showing it in transition.
Jefferson goes down low. Andahar. Cross court, Robinson, no good. Rebound to Guerin. Tello taking it at Jefferson. Oh, that's a nice shot, Juan Tello.
Yeah, 37-year-old Juan Tello runs the floor, great shape. Has been doing it the entire tournament.
The fresher legs of Libertadores has them up 5 right now. To Holloway, working on Liz. Leeds, sorry. And it's Leeds whistled for the foul.
Victor Lees, Dominican national team player. You know, being here in Canada, the last time he played against Canada, last February, he dropped 29 points for the Dominican Republic. He is a true scorer. And in the second window, he replaced Xavier Mojica, another great scorer. So you had a national team Dominican player replace a national team Puerto Rican player.
Spoil of riches, both these teams being able to cycle through. Each team is allowed to use up to 20 players throughout this Basketball Champions League, but now their rosters will be locked in on who is available the rest of the way. Both these teams look to be peaking at the right time. Esteli currently riding a 3-game winning streak. 4-point lead right now for Libertadores. Tello handoff. Guerin. Brandon Lee Frazier into Tello on the wing, down low to the big man. Nice defense by Robinson. Elijah Holman has Eli on the back of his jersey. Oh, Holloway, a little bounce in his step, no good from range, but Brandon Lee Frazier called to be shooting three is Holloway.
So Lee Frazier's got the job of taking two Holloway, and two Holloway hasn't gotten on track yet. Now, by putting a good shooter like two to the free throw line, you're benefiting Esteli. It's a great spot for all great shooters to get themselves in a situation. So here's two drawing out Lee Frazier, looking for the three. And now he gets to build his confidence at the free throw line.
Holloway out of New York. Played some Division I basketball at Xavier. Joined Esteli in the second window. Heading into this window was averaging 16.5 points per game, 6.5 assists, and 4 boards. Finding his way into this Esteli juggernaut. But this is the type of player who can definitely find his game within a squad that has a lot of different weapons.
And you're seeing already Jared Ruiz, who didn't play last night, Sherlyn Hodgson, who didn't play last night, have come off the bench for Esteli with Tony Bishop Jr.
Guérin, once again, a little step back is no good. Ruiz with some solid defense. That's Ruiz in transition. Robinson wanted it, could not get the rock. Hodgson up top, watched by Gutierrez. Jefferson setting the screen multiple times. Head and shoulder fake. Got the big man up. Holman bit, called for two.
So two veterans going head to head against each other there. And I said earlier, Jefferson makes a career of getting to a spot where he can score. He's such a great passer, but he uses that opportunity here to get to the free throw line. We've seen him make a couple bunnies. Now we see him get to the free throw line.
Couple of substitutions coming in for Libertadores. Paul Stahl and Treshawn Burrell, who actually played for the CEBL champion Edmonton Stingers last year in the Basketball Champions League Americas, and played here in Canada for the Stingers during the CEBL regular season, checking in off the bench for Libertadores.
And Paul Stahl, only 4 hours away here from Brampton, from Lansing, Michigan. This bench for Libertadores is outstanding and deep. We got national team players and Paul Stahl coming in. You've got a very up-and-coming Treshawn Burrell coming in the game. This is a huge advantage for them.
Ooh, all kinds of contact down low, no whistle, and a little trap in the corner. Stahl gets his way out of there. Libertadores has got numbers if they can take advantage. Brandon Lee Frazier triggers from range. He does not need much room, and he catches it. Brandon Lee Frazier having himself a solid tournament as well. Second in the BCLA at 21.3 points per game. Off the miss, Libertadores is pushing. Bishop almost comes up with the steal. He's a new addition for Esteli here. Lee Frazier feeding it down low to the big man. Holman can't get it to go off glass. 1:40 to go here in the opening 10 minutes. Live from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Ruiz down low, Tony Bishop. Gets it into the corner, Hodgson, no good. Sean Burrell pushing it back the other way. Little hesitation dribble. Tello up top, Stahl snaps it over. Lee Frazier from the land beyond.
Lee Frazier has been shooting the ball at over 60% from the twos and the threes.
Yeah, Frazier been red hot this entire tournament, averaging over 8.5 attempts from three-point range in this tournament, and still shooting at a 63% clip through the first 4 games.
Well, so they find the ball, they move the ball, they force the defense to move, and then Lee Frazier, who just knocked down his last shot, they do a great job of finding the hot shooter.
Yeah, I mean, he comes out of the bus hot, even though it's hovering around 0 degrees here in Brampton. Everybody feeling quite at home here getting acclimated, coming up early. The Honey Badgers traveling 6,000 and 4,000 kilometers down to Nicaragua into 32-degree weather, and then down to Querétaro, which is over 1,000 feet above sea level. Both these teams facing the environment up here, but a little bit different of a challenge. As checking in for Esteli is Emmanuel Andahar.
So for Libertadores, the fact that they were in a situation right now, they've got an entire bench squad. This is the second unit for them, and it's a powerful second unit.
Ooh, Hodgson called for the foul.
That's only their third team foul.
Still not one that you usually like to take, but in a good spot if there is a time to take that. Andahar showing a little full court pressure there, but Lee Fraser handles it well, gets it over the midcourt line with under 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Libertadores up 4, but turnover, stepping out of bounds is Thomas Robinson.
Yeah. Great trap. Robinson and Bishop, that's lots of size and length. Esteli did a little bit of that last night against the Honey Badgers, where they would double on ball screens when they could. So they read it here, just came off their man. They saw the ball screen and they blitzed it, trying to so that they use their size to their advantage.
Holman to Stahl to Trishan Burrell. They immediately get it down low. That is a lot of strength in the post, and it's Tello with a little fadeaway Jimmy.
Juan Tello, who began his career as a youngster in an academy in Gran Canaria, Spain, has just shown that he's like a young man all over again.
Libertadores up 6 and can hold on for the final shot. Shot clock is turned off. Lee Fraser had the hot hand here in the first quarter, cradling the rock. Gets it to Burrell. Burrell, his first shot of the game is money. It's a 9-point lead after the first quarter. The fresh legs of Libertadores on display here. Really couldn't have asked for much more in the opening 10 minutes for Querétaro.
Fresh legs, depth, and they've done a great job of defensive transition. We saw last night, Esteli scored 16 points in the first quarter just on transition. And this team, this fresh team, Libertadores, has done a super job of stopping them and making it a half-court game.
Some first quarter numbers for you. Libertadores and Esteli both shooting 50% from 2. Both teams shooting it well. Obviously a bit of an advantage at the free throw line. 17 attempts for Esteli. And then not a lot of offensive rebounding to be had for Esteli.
Now, what we've noticed is the fact that Esteli, who didn't make a substitution yesterday, the entire first quarter, has now been forced to go 8 deep. So the scheduling has as much of an effect on this game as anything. Fresh team against a team, and a team that played last night.
Yeah, I think the one thing in the second year of the CEBL being in this Basketball Champions League Americas, the one thing that you can definitely, one thing you can definitely tell is when the visiting team, the home team with quite an advantage, going first and third, playing in the first and third games of the tournament. And to play back-to-backs at this level of basketball is quite a challenge. You mentioned not going deep into your bench. That is something that definitely comes into play in this tournament.
But what has kept Esteli in this game is the fact that they get to the free throw line. And right there in the first quarter, they made 13 trips compared to 1 for Libertadores.
Corner 3, no good. But you can see these fresh legs of Libertadores getting to the offensive glass. Tello is going to draw the foul and work his way back to the charity strike.
Constant pressure, great flow. Watch Tello just take it. No questions asked. He gets the offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity, takes it right to the rim.
The biggest thing that I wanted to see, and we saw it last night with the 25-point lead that Esteli had, is if Libertadores can get out to this early lead, how does Esteli bounce back? With the tired legs, the heavy legs, and not going deep into their bench yesterday, can they get more from the 9-10 spot in their bench? As you see Holloway there, that is well short, Joe.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, when you're a shooter, the first thing that goes is your legs. That's no question about it. But Esteli's strength is inside.
Yeah. And there's Trishan Burrell. Trishan Burrell, especially if he doesn't have to play big minutes for this Libertadores squad, he is like a pogo stick out there and just bouncing out the gym at any chance he gets.
Active legs who can guard a bunch of positions. He can guard 4 positions on the floor for you.
Oh, DeJesus and Bishop still just playing their second game together, getting used to one another. Bishop, front rim and out. He didn't play massive minutes yesterday, but had quite an impact on the defensive end. You see him doing some work there. I thought he got away with a hold against Tello, but no, the Canadian official, Michael Weiland, was there for the foul.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people excited for this game today, and Michael Weiland was one of them.
Yeah.
Flying in from Calgary just to do this one game, and was quite excited to be here for a battle of first place in Group A here in the Basketball Champions League Americas.
Michael did the Olympic Championship gold medal men's game.
Quite a resume in the Canadian officiating realm and worldwide for FIBA. Nice fire across by Burrell. Look at the gorgeous passing. Lee Frazier with putting it on a platter on the entry pass down low to Elijah Holman for the smash. The lead's up to 15. Timeout needed, Joe.
Ball movement, and Holman gets himself prepared for the full reversal. He started his reverse seal on that, and everybody identified it. Holman got it into his range.
In that first quarter, we mentioned that the two teams.
Ellos están bien agresivos en defensa, están chocando, nosotros estamos muy flat, nosotros no estamos defendiendo nada, no hablamos, no hay comunicación, no hay nada. Hay cortinas aquí, salen de cortina acá, hay isolation y todos estamos así, todo el mundo da el espacio adentro. No estamos comunicando, no estamos hablando, no sacando de nada de movida. Hacemos break, una cortina y ahí se quedó todo, no le damos continuidad. Jueguen el mocho para movernos, para que todo el mundo toque la bola, pues estamos one on one otra vez, one on one y no funciona. Ok, vamos, vamos, vamos.
That was a defensive timeout. All about communication. Last play, coach is disappointed in the fact that they allowed the full reversal and easy post up. So that was a strict defensive timeout, get things in order. Let's see if this team shows a little bit more energy than right now. Because right now, if we're measuring who's more vocal, who's got more energy, Libertadores.
Well, absolutely. We mentioned that the two teams were both shooting 50%. The biggest difference there is that Libertadores put up 22 shots in that first quarter to just 10 for Esteli. And with that energy comes the ability to put up twice as many field goal attempts. Holloway with the rock. Tello coming out to cut him off, out of bounds. But before that, it was Tello with the foul. And that's one thing Esteli did well against Brampton last night, was getting the foul count up early.
So to Holloway, as soon as they make a switch on it, he attacks it quickly there, trying to draw the foul.
Tony Bishop almost lost it to Jesus. Ooh. Jezreel DeJesus baseline floater. Ever since opening the game with that three-point shot, DeJesus hasn't had a lot going on, but that was pretty.
Playing him off the ball today, that means that he's not touching it as much as he did yesterday.
More work down low. Holman taking it at Jefferson. Good defense. Air ball, and it's out of bounds on Esteli.
So good scouting report here by Jefferson, forcing Holman to go to his left. De Jesus takes it down, a little floater. His head stays on the rim. Nice finish.
Tello, once again, trying to get it down low to Holman. They are consistently feeding the big man in the post. This is old school basketball, Joe. Don't see this in the NBA much.
Absolutely, but you saw Esteli do a great job on him in 2 series in a row there. They're playing him to go over his left shoulder, not his right.
There's two Holloway. His mid-range game was deadly against Brampton. That's his legs back under him there for that jumper to cut it to 11.
It's amazing how the basketball gods take care of you. You have a good defensive possession, and all of a sudden the ball starts going in on the offensive end.
De Jesus putting in some work against Frazier. Nice ball movement. Clean strip.
Yeah. Nice help defense there by Holloway. Holloway rotates over and doesn't let Holman get to the rim.
Inbound here, 7 on the shot clock, just over 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. A battle for first place in Group A on the line here. Ooh, little alley-oop out of bounds play, but Burrell could not get up to haul it in. Bishop, nice find to Jefferson for 2. Quick timeout by Omar Quintero, head coach for Libertadores. He felt that momentum shifting, Joe. Leads down to 9. He got that tee out quick.
So he's got that second unit on the floor, couple turnovers, and then a good transition break where we haven't seen too much of for Esteli, but they do it off of the turnover.
Jefferson plays such a major role for this team in Esteli. And it'll be interesting here to hear what Coach Quintero has to say to his squad.
Jugando, ¿okay? Hey, en esta. Vamos motion 5. Paul, la pasas del lado de TV para que salgas a tu izquierda, ¿no? Aquí. Isma aquí. ¿De este lado quieres? Dale. TV here. With Isma. We just do this to the core, the first. We don't want attacking that first. We pass it to Teo. Fraser. Backdoor. Set a little screen here. Isma. Teo. Isma second screen. Y caes. Y tenemos Teo. Y atacas. Dale. Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
Complete offensive timeout there, running a set play. It's always kind of nice to see. Here's you got a national team coach who knows a lot of these players, communicating in both language, English and in Spanish. The stat that we showed up here that just jumped right at you, 21-0 bench points for Libertadores.
What I loved is the confidence and calmness of that timeout, right? Just very clear, concise message to his squad. Be interested to see they come out and execute as well as it was laid out to them in that break. Stahl off the Romero screen. Smart move by Stahl, but they're going to call that foul on the floor.
Yeah, De Jesus tried to get skinny on it, but that picks up his second. When I say trying to get skinny is he shows it and he tries to squeeze himself over top that screen, and Stahl did a super job of staying real tight to his screener.
Romero handoff, Stahl. Ooh, nice pass, but just not enough zip on it, and it's stolen away by Bishop. Really love what Tony Bishop has brought to this team defensively.
Yeah, he's a veteran player. 6 years of national team experience with Panama. A hired assassin, just kidding. He plays both ends of the floor. He is a great addition to this Esteli team.
De Jesus. Pull-up jumper, no good. Missed everything. You don't see that too often. Back the other way. Lee Frazier thinks better of it. Finds Stoll from the downtown district, pushing the lead back up to 12.
Love the decision by Lee Frazier. Run that transition, didn't like his shot, and found himself the open shooter.
Bishop just cleared out everybody for Holloway to drive. Dish Jefferson. Have they given him the and one opportunity? I believe so, Joe.
Internal passing. That's one of Esteli's strengths, and that leads to free throw attempts. Great drive, but you see Jefferson always make himself visible. As soon as Romero rotates over for the potential charge or maybe even the block shot, Jefferson does a super job of just sneaking himself in there and making himself visible to the passer.
Jefferson always seems to have the player where he wants him, on his back. Just always freeing himself up, and very rarely do you see him get out-muscled for a ball that is put anywhere in his strike zone and cashes it from the charity strike. Israel Romero with the rock. He has been silent in this game thus far. And on cue, but lost it going up. No good from Andahar. Libertadores trying to come up with the rock. Everybody going after it. Foul called.
But what Libertadores did there was gang rebound. This is what the Honey Badgers didn't do last night. They had 5 guys on the board and created themselves a great situation. So everybody's on the board. Guards come from the perimeter, and Tello just fights through it.
Yeah, called on Jefferson. Lee Frazier with the rock, pull-up 3, had all kinds of hands all over him. No foul, clean D, no good. Back the other way, Holloway, shaking, baking, crossing over. Andahar drops it off to Jefferson. This time no good. Robinson on the offensive glass, up and under, no good. And guess who? It is the big man, Jefferson, cleaning up the mess, getting up on the midway point here.
When you're in a hole, stop digging. Esteli goes right back to what they're strong at. They put the ball inside. And I love Jefferson's competition level. He plays that for a miss, gets himself in there, again, scores easy.
Absolute starring veteran on this team is Devon Jefferson. Stoll to Lee Frazier. Burrell working off the Romero screen. Burrell up top. Great defense by Robinson, breaking up that alley-oop attempt. Andahar, drive, kick. Holloway sets and hits. Big time shot by Holloway. And just like that, Esteli is back to within 4.
One of the ways you get into transition, you play good defense, you get yourself some runouts. But I love the fact that Andahar draws people to the middle, knows he's got 2 Holloway on the wing, drew 3, kicks it out, and now we got some flow.
Emmanuel Andahar just does a little bit of everything for this team, and as you mentioned, he can bring the defense because he is such a threat to score the ball, but can pass it off as well.
O con las dos, dale. Vamos, no pasa nada. Hey. Vamos zip, hey. Vamos zipper. Hey, y vamos a ver, hey, pon atención. Si te agarramos aquí o castigamos con JJ. Sí, la juegas. You play this one. JJ, here. Set the screen on Fraser. Isma. Guys, rápido, güey. Hey, watch this or watch this, okay? Vamos. Sí.
Come on, brother, defense. 1, 2, 3.
Statistically speaking, these teams continuing to be right with one another, and it's Esteli that has been able to claw their way back. They've been doing it on the defensive end and then doing it by going to their strength down low, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we said that's their strength. They went to it. Great timeout there by Libertadores. A lot of coaches don't want to use that second timeout in the first half. It was a great situation there against the run. Good time of it. Regroup their guys. Get a good set offensive play here.
Libertadores, the ball in their hands, up 4. Lee Frazier. Romero off the dribble, taking it out. Robinson cut him off. Avila's been on the bench for about 10 minutes of game time, but he's still got that rocket ready to go.
Great ATO there after timeout play. Coach got exactly what he wanted. He used the timeout, set something up, quality shot.
Ooh. That is a veteran defensive play by Stoll. He, I don't want to say he sold it.
But Stoll gets there, and you're absolutely right. He does a great job of selling it. But he gets to the spot there and uses it to his advantage.
just made sure the official knew that he beat him to the spot.
Embellishment is not a technical.
Stoll fires it to Lee Frazier. Bishop gets right up on him. Back to Stoll. Avila with the screen, and Holloway comes up with the steal. Jefferson puts Stoll on his back. Ooh, they're calling the foul there. Jefferson looked like he could have got called for the push-off or a play on, Joe, but they're giving him the basket and the bump.
Yeah, I think the official waited for the play to finish. Great steal. Stoll gets him as he gets him on the gather. So good call by the official, waiting a little bit. A tired Paul Stoll on the floor, and Jefferson running the floor.
Two vets going at it there, and Stoll had that little yank on the arm that from our angle could not see it, but on the replay you could tell.
Yeah, you're not stopping Jefferson with a little yank.
No. Jefferson just setting up camp at the line and often doing it off the make as well. He is doing a heck of a job, is Devon Jefferson. He's up to 19 points, Joe.
You said 19 points. Hasn't taken a shot outside of his range.
Yeah. The most we saw was the little floaters in the lane, but those are definitely within his radar.
You have great careers when you know when you play to your strengths. And he is a great example right now. 37 years old, comes out here, plays to his strength, exceptional passer, but he gets himself into his range and his area where he can dominate.
Both these teams continuing to parade themselves to the charity stripe. Libertadores obviously getting to it a little bit later, but it's amazing how the whistles end up eating themselves out. 6-point lead right now for Libertadores. They have bent to this point, but have not broken. Bishop. Ooh, Bishop. Little head and shoulder fake dropping from the baseline.
That's a pro move. And he's taking care of it. Bishop's got size and length and can guard 4 positions on the floor. And a key to this comeback for Esteli.
Absolutely. Oh, Giron, nice pass. Israel Romero, the Cuban beast, down the lane with the spike.
And Romero needs to score in transition or off pick and rolls.
Robinson gets into the lane, can't get it to go, and Romero pokes it away. Giron draws 2. They got numbers if they push. Brandon Lee Frazier. Romero wiped out the D. Gutierrez corner 3, no good. Jefferson pushing back. The other way is Holloway. Nice dish to Robinson, filling the lane and off glass for 2. It's down to 4.
Robinson runs the offensive transition straight down the middle, 3-on-3, gets himself open.
That was great defense and even better offense. Lee Frazier from downtown. And we saw this yesterday with the Brampton bench, where the tech was called on the bench. Somebody, one of the players or coaches, got teed up.
Yeah, for standing up, even though you've got, the signboard in front of you, player stands up, referee picks him off for a technical. Last night it happened in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it was quite shocking, but not shocking when you realize, here in FIBA officiating, they're going to be all over that, and you just have to, as a team and as a staff, ensure that you have your players under wraps. Luckily, with a 4-point game in the second quarter, usually something you can overcome, but also not solid timing for something like that. Holloway. Gutierrez watching him. Gutierrez has had a decorated career playing for Mexico. Some D1 basketball as well. Romero, he can go end to end. He does just that. So good. He switches hands and always finishes well.
Transition, he scores, getting to the rim. He's got a great handle, great speed, and in the pick and roll, he's not a pop, he's always a roll.
Avila, who got those 2 early fouls, got clean strip on that one. Ooh, Giron, that was a tough pass to throw, and it's Esteli now. Opportunity to capitalize off of turnovers. Tony Bishop getting it to go in transition.
Super job handling the basketball, good attack. Bishop is piling up the minutes, and you can't afford to get him off the floor because he's your best defensive player.
Yeah, he has been stellar defensively. Foul called, Romero working his way to the line. Or sorry, it was Lee Frazier to Romero.
So Romero is a great pick and roll player, and he's always going to roll. Great step, good hands, catches it. This again is where he's had his issues. So teams will foul him and not let him get to the rim. He's right hand dominant, and he's shooting in that 50% range his entire career.
You got to roll strong, but it's also your guard being able to fire those little pocket passes. And right there was Guiron putting it on a platter for the big man to destroy. But as you mentioned, struggling from the line, just over 50% in this tournament, misses them both. Oh, but Esteli gives it right back. Avila pushing it. Romero thought about it, thought better, then ended up putting it up, rims out.
That started with a great defensive position, a great help by Guiron.
Andahar, no good, but guess who? Thomas Robinson leading this BCLA in points and rebounds, but he gets beaten down the floor by Romero. Big time block. Foul on the body, I believe, Joe.
Wow. And Romero is taking it to the rim whenever he gets it. So now they're going to probably look at a review here. They can go to the monitor if they want, if they think it's necessary. So Robinson gets back on defense. If there's contact to the head, they're going to go to the monitor. And I guess they felt there wasn't. Discussion going on right now. So Romero comes, here comes Robinson. Looks like it's all ball, no contact to the head. Just the angle looked like it, but that was a great replay there. I think this is going to be quick.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick one, I believe, as the officials come over to take a look. Contact on the body down low. We're right beside the replay booth. Don't want to think that I'm possibly changing any decisions over here, Joe. I'm going to keep quiet, my friend.
Telling me real quick, if you're going to take it to the rim, you better dunk it, because if you go up for any type of layup, somebody's coming to get it, and that's just real good timing.
A couple of different looks here. You know, it's funny, if anything, there was contact on Robinson's head on the off arm from Romero.
By Romero.
Yeah.
So an official's timeout here for the replay. You can see Esteli taking advantage of the situation. They're getting ready for their next offensive play.
So it's a 6-point lead for Libertadores. They were up by as many as 15 in that first quarter, continuing to battle back, but Esteli has not been able to overtake this lead at any point. Again, the officials now just talking things over. Can't believe this is going to be anything more than the free throws that were called on the floor, Joe.
But the video review allows us to make sure we get this right.
So the review was on a goaltend, Joe, wasn't on a foul call.
So then that, that's good call then. Clean block, and that's what we were looking at that. And so jump ball goes to the arrows.
And I think that that's what Quintero was talking about. He said, I thought they were going to replay to see if he was hitting the head, but they were going to see if it was a goaltend. We were confused as well. Good call by the officials there. Going back the other way here, under 40 seconds to go. And from downtown, Tony Bishop.
We've got a 1-point game, and Andahar hasn't scored. The Jesus has been very quiet. Great defense by Esteli and especially by Tony Bishop.
Oh, nice fake pass to Romero. Oh, I loved it. Romero actually faked the layup while Avila was clipping it from range.
JJ's knocking it from any corner you can give him.
Bishop now is clearing it out. He says, I want this last shot. Bishop, pull up, three! Oh, good. Good defense by Brandon Lee. Frazier airing it out was Bishop. 54-50 here at halftime.
And Bishop's feeling that he got fouled on the play. Great half of basketball. Great flow, great runs, great comeback.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down, Libertadores could have put that one out of range in the early going. Esteli has to be happy the fact that they are down just 4 here at halftime. That was a great display of basketball that we're going to be seeing.
But check out the three-point shooting, 59% for Libertadores. That's an sensational, but it's at 57% at the free throw line. You know, those Romero misses at the free throw line has hurt runs.
Yeah, and I mean, both teams getting it done defensively. That was everything that we expected from the first half of basketball, especially with a game that has so much on the line. Again, whoever wins this game wins Group A, which will be huge heading into the quarterfinals of the Basketball Champions League Americas. We are entering the final days of this tournament, and it's been great game after great game. And here in Brampton, Ontario, it's Esteli and Libertadores at halftime. A 4-point lead for the squad from Querétaro in Mexico. We will be back with second half action. Please stay tuned. Brampton, Ontario. As always, when you have the two visiting teams, a bit of a sparse crowd here, but they have been delighted to watch a solid game thus far. One that looked like it could have been out of reach early for Esteli, but they were able to stay in it thanks to working their way to the charity stripe and some great work by Devon Jefferson.
Yeah, Devon Jefferson has been the key in keeping this game close. He's got 17 points, 7 rebounds, and an efficiency number of 22, and his team's losing by 4. That's a crazy number. Esteli was down by as much as 15 points in that, in the second quarter.
Directo al pase. ¿Dónde está el GA?
One of the things I think you're going to have to look out this half for is getting guys tired. Thomas Robinson put up 20 minutes in that first half. Esteli played last night. If they can keep this going for another 20 minutes, they've got a chance. But fatigue is the one thing that you got to keep your eye on.
And they have some guys that they probably tried to play efficiently in that first quarter. Jezreel De Jesus played just under 11 minutes. As you had mentioned off the top, Esteli has some players that spend a lot of time on the bench. They like to keep that rotation tight. So it'll be interesting to see what this second half holds for these workhorses of the Train del Norte.
And you can't have fouls keep De Jesus on the bench. De Jesus has to be on the floor for this entire second half.
Foul trouble will be something to watch as well. Jorge Gutierrez to Avila, who had a hot shooting start to this game. Giron has it taken away by Holloway. Holloway to Robinson, Euro step in for 2. Thomas Robinson, the NBA vet, finishing smooth.
Great defensive stand by Esteli against a set play. It looked like they were trying to run a little stack action, and nice blow up and an easy score.
Gutierrez didn't get a lot offensively in that first half. Drops his first bucket, had 2 steals though in that first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Gutierrez is a conductor. He'll take whatever you give him, and his job is to run the show, and he does a super job for them.
8 on the shot clock. De Jesus, bounce pass to Jefferson. Robinson, offensive rebound and putback, looking for the foul because he got hit on the face, but no whistle to be had.
One of the few misses by Jefferson.
Stepping in to draw the charge was Holloway on Lees.
Lees has been real quiet in that first half, and Holloway picks up an easy charge there. Got a chance to take the lead on this possession of Esteli. Walked the ball up to court. Holloway just set him up. Lee's got a little lazy with the dribble. Walked right into him.
Bishop to Jefferson, handoff, Holloway. Holloway goes to his left, finds De Jesus. Bishop in the corner, no good. Jefferson boxed out by Romero, who comes down with the board. Bounce pass onto the wing. Lees to Romero. Running off the Romero screen. Lees bounce pass. Israel Romero, 2 plus the foul.
Great two-man game there, and it started off with Romero pushing the ball up the floor. Look for space. Romero's always going to roll to the rim. Jefferson takes a little peek, gives him space, and Lees finds him.
Romero at the stripe once again. Got that one to go. Romero hitting his first freebie of the night, now 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
That's 2 quick fouls now on Lees, an offense and a defensive foul in the same position on the floor.
Holloway inbounding. 20 on the shot clock. Just a minute 30 into this quarter already. 3 whistles on fouls here. De Jesus probing the D. Pulls out Romero. Holloway now. Back to De Jesus. Going to work on Romero again. No good. Had to beat the shot clock. Rebound the way of Querétaro. Lees. Head and shoulder fake. 1 dribble. Pull up. No good. Rebound by Robinson. But he saw Lees stalking for a steal and did not give it up. Robinson brings it up himself. Already 10 seconds gone in this shot clock, so he immediately backs down Avila, tries to fire it to Bishop, but good hands by Libertadores, out of bounds.
I thought Robson would take that to the basket himself. He did that in the first 2 possessions of the first half. Took advantage of his positioning to go into the basket against Avila.
Jefferson. Bounce pass to Holloway. Querétaro wanted a foul. Another beat of the shot clock. Good defense by Libertadores here early in the third quarter. And in transition, nice pass. Romero to Gutierrez for 2.
Great pass. In transition, big man running to the rim, keeps his feet, and almost like a little fake. You thought he was going to swing, and he comes right back. Unbelievable pass.
Yeah, we've seen evolution of Romero's game from last year to this year in this Basketball Champions League. Gutierrez, swipe back the other way. Guiron, kick out, leads, thought about it, instead gets into the lane for 2, but can't get it to go. Romero tried to come down with it, no good. Esteli pushing back in transition. Bishop draws some contact to Jesus. Wing 3, no good. And Jefferson with the rebound immediately draws the foul on Gutierrez, I believe.
And Gutierrez was trying to grab the first foul in that to stop that transition. Great push, turnaround, and this is an opportunity right there. Nice little fake, just enough of a stall, pause. He finds Gutierrez going to the basket, but that's an incredibly tough catch in transition by a big man.
Yeah, Romero last year put on quite a show in Calgary. A lot of it very similar in style of what he could do, but we found this year just a little bit more added to his game. You know, he's never going to add a lot of range, but like that pass right there is not something we saw him drop last year.
Yeah, for a lot of people in North America don't understand. This kid was a defect from Cuba in 2012 to Puerto Rico, now naturalized, played for the Cuban national team, now plays for the Puerto Rican national team. His growth in the game has been tremendous. He is a sensational athlete.
Played for Cangrejeros last year in the BCLA. Guiron to Romero, gets it back. Gutierrez pulls in the pass. Drive, no good, front rim. Esteli pushing, Jefferson taking it at Avila. He got Avila in foul trouble early in the game. No whistle there, no basket either.
Jefferson is that train del norte from Esteli in that he just goes straight down the rim, drew contact, got the rebound. So got himself a Moses Malone rebound there and picked up a foul.
Quick inbounds to Bishop. Robinson working on Avila. Lefty finish, no good. Romero with the rebound. He's always pushing, finds Gutierrez. Nice pass into the corner, leaves, no good. Romero got away maybe with a bit of a push on the back, comes down with the offensive rebound. Can't get that one to go, airs it out from in close. It's a 5-point lead right now for Querétaro. Esteli looking to trim that down.
But whenever Querétaro can get flow, that's good. You're wearing Esteli down if you're them and you're in your big range plan.
Holloway to Jefferson, back to Holloway, pull up straight on 3, rims out. Gang rebound, and it's Bishop that comes down. They take it right back. Cody Bishop, big time slam dance.
I've been singing his praises for 2 games now, but man, what a nice rebound, nice fake, and great take.
Leads at 3. Gutierrez to Guiron. He gets past Bishop. Bishop asking for help. Robinson just a little late. Called for the foul. Basket in the bump for Guiron.
Yeah, and that little late is a lot of late. Guiron with a good ball fake, and you think Robson's going to get this. If he's there in time, I don't think Guiron could take that. Look at this little fake by Bishop. Show it, go, take it, say goodnight.
Romero got a taste of his own medicine right there. Usually he's the one on the delivering end of spikes like that. Guiron makes the 3-point play count. To Jesus, Holloway. Both that backcourt logging big minutes along with the front court of Jefferson and Robinson. They're asking for a 3 in the key call instead. It's a foul.
It started from as soon as that possession turned over and Esteli had the ball. Robinson goes down trying to claim position, and then they use the high-low here to Jefferson to create another situation where you have to, Avila has to move, and now he's got his third foul. And Robinson going to the free throw line.
They've been definitely taking it at Avila on that end of the floor.
Last night, Esteli from the free throw line stayed in the game in the third quarter. They shot 16 free throws to 0 by the Honey Badgers. They are a consistent free throw shooting team. Get to the basket, they draw contact, they force the officials to make the call.
They put a lot of pressure on the interior defense of their opponents, that is for sure. Brandon Lee Frazier, Romero. Running a little bit of offense through the big man. He hands it back to Frazier. Gueron almost lost his footing a little bit there. Romero takes it hard. Israel Romero, the Cuban beast, feasting in Brampton.
Show and go, and holy smokes.
It never gets old with Romero, the way he can attack that rack.
What a great step, great jump, great fake, and he was looking at the other side. This guy is a superior athlete.
He is fun to watch, and he has endeared himself to the Canadian basketball public in Calgary. Was getting swarmed after that game last year in the BCLA, signing autographs. Gutierrez no good, hit the floor, and Esteli back the other way. Looking to take advantage, they can't. Gutierrez gets back, good positioning on D.
Yeah, bailout call there. Holloway draws the contact, gets himself in the middle of the floor. Looking, probing for contact, looking for the foul, reaching his arm out, and gets there.
Yeah, threw the elbow out to get that whistle. Holloway works his way to the line. Opportunity to stop the clock and try to get this lead back to a 2-possession game.
Dangerous point. This group hasn't substituted since it started, and right now is that little bit of that we talked about, that fatigue factor. And as we get further into the second half, we may see it. Really important here that Esteli stay strong. Otherwise, this could be a dangerous point.
Yeah, they are definitely riding their thoroughbreds in this one. Avila. Lee Frazier. Avila, no good. Romero, though, comes down with it. Shot clock does not reset. Another whistle after the miss.
But talk about making your own offense. Shot goes up. Avila hasn't missed a shot. Romero goes to the basket like it's going to be a miss, gets the air ball, and creates himself a second chance opportunity, and he going over his left shoulder. That's his strength. Draws the foul.
That was definitely a foul on Bishop. Not sure the argument on that call.
Yeah, the only way to neutralize Romero when he's taken is you got to get him to play over his right shoulder and work it to his left hand.
Romero now finding his stroke at the line. That is good news for Libertadores. Gutierrez, the vet, doing good work on De Jesus. Holloway gets his way into the lane, no good. Oh, De Jesus almost came up with the swipe. Gutierrez then to Gueron. Solid defense, but better offense. Timeout on the floor. Esteli wants to make sure this one does not get away from him. David Rosario wants to talk things over.
Defense to offense. Play great D, get a transition, push the basketball, get the person open.
Both these coaches have had some timely timeouts. They know they need to talk to their guys.
Estamos muy específicos en la movida, hay que jugar motion, hay que jugar break 1, break 2. Estamos ball screen. Voltron, nada más, ¿entiendes? Hey, juega mucho, macho, ven aquí, trae aquí y acá, la damos, se va Tony, Cruz está en el corner, jugamos handoff y nos movemos, estamos muy stop en ofensiva, hay que movernos un poco más. Ok, estamos muy stop con la bola, hay que movernos. Motion now. El primer pase a él. Vamos acá, backdoor de Tony contra Girón, a ver si lo coge Joaquín. Viene Cruz, pues, en los dos lados, a ver qué pasa. Ok, vamos.
Sometimes you take a timeout to stop runs, and sometimes you take a timeout to give your team a rest. Even at this level, that timeout does two things. It stops the run, it gives them that needed rest. Again, they're not subbing in, they're not bringing players off the bench, so you've got to give these guys an opportunity to catch their breath here, regroup, come down with a real good offensive set here.
Kind of feel. Sorry, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, it kind of feels like this game's hanging in the balance right now with 3:25 to go in the third quarter and this lead at 10.
And right there, we talked about those, these last 4 minutes where fatigue, can take over, and that timeout will help them. I think the advantage here for Esteli is still going inside, run their motion set, and maybe play a little bit through Tony Bishop when you can, because he's the one advantage.
Well, they'll take that foul, putting them into the bonus.
So tough foul to get for Gutierrez, but one of the things that you'll find that Libertadores is trying to do is get De Jesus, be physical with him. They don't want to give him any space. They don't want to create anything. They've made his life very difficult tonight, and what they want to do is get real tight and physical with him. But in that case, when you're in the penalty, you got to think twice.
De Jesus doing what he does consistently for Real Esteli. Leads at 8, but Esteli needs a stop. First place in Group A on the line in this game. Lee Frazier. Two-man game, Romero once again with the rim visit.
The Romero runway. We are right near the Toronto airport, and this guy's taking off whenever he gets an opportunity on that ball screen, on the pick and roll.
Ooh, almost coming in for the swipe was Romero, and he did leak out. Gets it ahead to Gutierrez, 4-2. Libertadores right now using their defense to turn it to offense, trying to put this one out of reach. It's at 12 with 2:24 to go in the third. Robinson got it to go. You mentioned getting down low. That's exactly the game they want to go to. Romero, handoff, Gutierrez, Giron. Almost got Bishop to bite, ended up pushing him off. Oh, Giron got his own miss and missed the layup. He's calling for a sub right away. All the way to De Jesus. Oh, they needed that one, and De Jesus answered the bell.
And they needed that desperately, and they're just hanging on fatigue. They need a substitution, or they need this quarter to end.
1:30 to go. Leads back down to 7. Gutierrez with some work to Jesus. Thought he had a clean swipe. Foul called.
So on the ball screen, Romero first thing rolls to the basket. In that case, Esteli doesn't come to the middle quick enough to the tag position. And if you're going to take a charge on that, you're going to be pretty gutsy. But he just takes it and looks straight to the rim and attacks it.
Holloway had seen enough film on Romero. He knew he wasn't going to be able to do much to stop that, so thought better of it and stepped out of the way.
Yeah, this Andahar substitution is really important and a big time. It'd be great for Esteli if he can get himself going.
Andahar incredibly important to this team. Meanwhile, checking in for the Libertadores, another important glue guy. Paul Stahl checking in for Querétaro. Holloway Waiting for Robinson to get position, but good denial by Avila. Almost took an elbow in the chops. Oh, big time swat. Trishan Burrell, the energy off the bench, swatting that one away.
Yeah, great job. Great cut by Andahar. He gets up. Burrell shows his athleticism of getting up after him and getting up quicker.
Foul called
on Robinson.
Calling him on the hook down low. Robinson didn't fight that one too much. I think he just got caught.
That's a tough turnover when you're down 8. Here he is. He gets caught holding him. I don't know. Ooh.
It's a tough one to call at this point in the game, but Robinson probably tired, so tired he didn't want to put up too much of a fight on that. Interesting attempt by Tello. Couldn't get it to go. Puts that one up though, and couldn't get the bunny inside to step out for a little jumper instead.
And that's his advantage of him taking over, against a tired Robinson.
De Jesus had stole on him down low and decided to take him to the rim. Under 36 seconds to go, 8-point lead. Libertadores has not given up this lead since the opening moments of this game. Ooh, that didn't have a chance. De Jesus lost it. Gets it to Holloway. Holloway back to Robinson. Trying to draw the charge. Instead, it's a block on Tello.
Big take by Robinson there. Real good face up big. Takes it, draws the contact. I think there was more chance of that being a foul than the one where he got the offensive foul.
Robinson having a little chat with the Libertadores bench.
Yeah, Tello's moving. He looks to drop. He looks to sell it, but he's moving on the side there.
It's 2 free throws. In case it wasn't, though, Elijah Holman was making sure he was there to pick up the rebound, get into the rebound category. Oh, Robinson missed them both, much to the delight of the Libertadores bench, who he was having a conversation with. 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lee Frazier, another attempt at a buzzer beater. No good, back rim and out. Third quarter didn't really decide too much, Joe. We're kind of at the same sort of position as we were at halftime, although the lead has been extended by Libertadores by 4 up to 8 now.
Yeah, but what you did see is you saw Esteli getting just a little bit tired. And when you get a little tired, your shooting hurts a little bit. You make some mistakes. You get caught in situations on the boards where you're given opportunities. And I think their fatigue really showed, in particular against Romero. He was the one that took advantage of that. Check out these numbers. 3-point shooting percentages come down for Libertadores. But what's keeping Esteli in the game is their free throw and their rebounding. They are scoring at the rim. They're getting to the free throw line at the rim, not knocking down a whole lot of shots.
Esteli with twice as many free throws attempted than Libertadores.
But that third quarter belonged to Romero. Great transition. He started pushing the ball a little bit, and every time they push the ball and they get flow going, that hurts Esteli because that's, again, you're trying to wear them down.
First place on the line between these two squads who have had themselves an incredible series throughout this group stage of the Basketball Champions League Americas. Again, both of these teams have already booked their ticket to the quarterfinals. Whoever comes in first will avoid Kimsa in the next round.
Yeah, I think it's more about the other teams avoiding these two teams.
That's a good point. Good point,
because I said when the tournament started and I looked at the quality of the depth of the rosters for both these teams, you felt that they had enough, to get to the Final Four. And then when you watch them play and you've seen them build and get a little bit better, I'd go out on the limb and say that, these two teams could be in the finals.
Esteli also with 13 turnovers in this game has been quite a difference as well. But you said off the top that they don't go deep in their bench. They have played 8 players in this game, and I don't see that changing unless it gets out of hand with a Libertadores lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and part of that 8 was to try to get Ruiz a little bit of a run to see if he can come back off that injury. And they gave him a quick minute, and it showed that he still wasn't 100% or he wasn't ready to go. So again, that forced them to play their 6th man.
Yeah, so of their 8, both Hodgson and Ruiz combined to play 6 minutes. Lee Frazier, Tello gets into the lane, is good. You see the fresh legs of Libertadores here, quite a difference in this one.
Yeah, it's always tough when you got a 37-year-old guy with fresh legs, but boy, Tello's been doing it the entire tournament. You give him time, he will produce.
De Jesus taking it at Stoll. Foul called on the shot attempt. De Jesus working his way to the line.
So De Jesus now has gone at Stoll in the post, has gone directly at Stoll, got himself to the free throw line. Here's a guy who's been knocking down a crazy amount of shots this whole tournament, and today not getting that opportunity, but now he's finding a way to get himself to the free throw line and get some points.
Jesus misses the first. Has such a great release on his shot. Spectacular arc. We saw it against Brampton in yesterday's game. A couple of 3-point range bombs that just were beautiful, and you knew they were going in the whole way. Esteli still within 9, but just have not been able to break through against Libertadores de Querétaro. Another whistle. Calling that one on Tony Bishop. 4 on Bishop. It's going to eventually force Esteli to go deeper into their bench. They're taking it right at Bishop, but he swipes that one away. De Jesus, foul on the floor.
Oh, Stoll makes a great move to try to get it. The foul, I think, is now his 5th. 4th. It was a technical on the bench, not on Paul Stoll in the first half.
So 4 for both Stoll and Bishop. It's like so often in FIBA, foul trouble comes into play. Remember, 5 and you're gone. De Jesus. Stoll has to give him a little bit more room because he has those 4. No good from Bishop. Burrell was leaking out. They don't find him.
I think De Jesus given up a couple good opportunities to shoot the basketball.
Oh! Oh, Stoll. That was out of nowhere. Quick trigger.
That was from East Lansing.
Jefferson wiped out Stoll. Oh, De Jesus. Kiss off glass while getting hacked.
There was a lot of DNA being shared on that last play. That's a wipeout screen, and then De Jesus gets it by Holman, and if he gets a piece of you, he's going to get a lot of you.
De Jesus doesn't have to call glass. He uses that as part of his repertoire consistently. Rolled that one through. And for the first time in this game, Bartel Lopez checking in.
Yeah, Nicaraguan national team player. All he has to do is give him some defense.
Well, he's got all kinds of length. Burrell, no good. Holloway rebound. Oh, good D, and they're calling that one a charge.
I'd like to see that because I thought Holloway did a great job. Frazier turns around, sets himself up. Lots of contact on that. I don't know if he was ever set. He took the punishment on that.
Yeah, Holloway telegraphed that pass. I think the contact that caused some blood was actually on the fall here.
Right here, he takes the knee at the end of it, I think.
Oh, it looks like a foot possibly to the face. Either way, not going to feel too good.
Well, he'll feel better that he got the call. Those are the type of injuries that hurt a whole lot more.
If you're also whistled for the foul.
He got 4. His guy, he got 4. Yeah, Bishop, yeah, got 4. Hey, Teo. Fraser. Hey, Fraser is going to set the screen here. Here. You here. Jorge. Listo. Juégalo, güey. Te va a dejar anotar. La necesitamos. Dale. Defense, guys. 1, 2, defense.
Libertadores feeling good where they are right now.
Yeah, Esteli's not giving up on it either. They've just stayed and stuck around. But you know, I've been talking about the fatigue issue from the beginning of the game. Jefferson has 17 points in the first half. He's done. You can just sense he's just a little bit slower right now. Robinson just a little bit slower. They've got to reach deep down, Esteli, and they got to find something that they can, you know, within themselves to finish these last 8 minutes.
Lee Frazier on the bench now. See if that makes a difference here for Esteli. He does great work on both ends of the floor. Tello, no good. Sean Burrell skying for the rebound, but it's the 7-footer. Lopez coming down with it. DeJesus figured this guy's got to have his hands all over a comeback for Esteli if it's in the cards.
Yeah, you called it right on. Money in the bank shot.
Yeah, DeJesus is just so nice the way he feathers that in off of the glass. Gutierrez got the defense up in the air. Burrell, nice look to the big man. You can count it. Holman.
Yeah, Holman got himself visible to the pass. Burrell goes baseline, looking to give it all the way through.
Holloway to Bishop. DeJesus. Gutierrez on him. Tucks it like a running back. Can't get that one to go. Looking for a whistle. It's not coming. It's a great matchup, Gutierrez and DeJesus. Back rim on the floater. Offensive rebound and put back. No good. Tip out. Ooh, they said that was good, but they said actually it was deflected, so it did not matter, and Tello gets it to go.
Gets the rebound, face up, finish it. He has, I've been saying, in all 3 windows, he has been shooting the ball exceptionally well.
Holloway. On the wing again. Holloway, no good. Bishop trying to come down with the rebound, but instead, Treshawn Burrell going to get it back from Gutierrez, but no, knocked away. Good defense. Esteli not going away. Bishop to Lopez for 2. Esteli bending, but not breaking right now.
Yeah. Gutierrez looking for the trailing Burrell there. Thought he was going to put it off the backboard.
Burrell. Dish off. Holman. All kinds of contact between him and Lopez. Length versus girth right there.
I'm really impressed by Burrell tonight, because there's a guy who can play with a pile of minutes, a scorer, you know, and not getting caught up in that. He's getting caught up in winning. He has now attacked the basket twice, made the better play, passing it off to Holman both cases.
That is really about becoming a true professional in the game of basketball, right? Is understanding that when you're hired and brought into these different teams, your role is not always going to be the same. They know that you can score, but a guy like Treshawn Burrell, for example, his length and his energy on the defensive end and playing a role on this squad, you know, your paycheck is going to stay the same no matter what. whatever coach wants you to do, you need to buy in.
There's a lot of teams in this tournament that he can be playing 36, 37 minutes in.
Romero checking back in for Holman.
Holman had a good shift there.
Keep looking back up at the scoreboard. It always seems to say Libertadores up 9 or 11. Trishan Burrell with the swing and the spike. Trishan Burrell pushing the lead to 13 for Libertadores.
And that was a tire turnover. That was just a tire turnover. Not crisp, not clean. And Burrell does a great job of shooting the gaps for those steals, because he knows at the end of it is a highlight.
Oh, he is still fresh as can be. Used to playing a lot more minutes.
Pero no para que se la dé aquí, para que él ataque, dásela acá. Ok, vamos, vamos, vamos.
Yeah, Robinson's going to be back in for Bartel here. And you can really tell it's just, you know, being tired. But I got to tell you, when Tony Bishop Jr. is off the floor, it has a huge effect on this team.
Seeing Robinson communicate with his head coach here, playing both Lopez and Robinson at the same time. Haven't seen this lineup yet.
I guess guys with foul trouble, they're trying to get them into the 5-minute mark before he brings them back.
De Jesus driving. Oh, Romero almost swallowed him up with 2 hands, but De Jesus mid-air coordination for 2.
Great finish, great concentration.
Oh, they're going to go at him defensively, but a little cross-court pass finds Tello. Oh, Tello just having himself a night.
And you know that's not the offense they want, the 6 dribbles and the pull-up, but the way he's shooting it, the way he's feeling it, he's giving them nothing but great offense.
Giron picking up the foul. Libertadores still up 13, looking to lock up.
Takes this in, and like there's a volleyball block there, and he gets around him and uses the side of the backboard. Great finish by De Jesus.
And Romero had a little look at him right there, and this is the key sub right now. Jefferson checking back in as you called it, under 5 minutes to go. This is their money man down low, Devon Jefferson. Holloway no good. Jefferson taking it right at the rim for 2. Immediate impact for the big man.
Not a lot of room there.
Tello, no good. Holloway comes down with it. Esteli stuck 11. Robinson fake the pass, jumper, all kinds of bumps and rolls, and he's enjoying his time in Canada as Thomas Robinson.
And he used every part of that rim. This is not a team right now with this lineup that's going to shoot a whole lot of threes.
Gutierrez, Giron. Back down Holloway. Holloway giving up some weight and some length there. That is a veteran move by Giron.
You said it, veteran move. Here's a guy who's been a shooter his entire career, and now near the end of his career has done a real good job of posting up.
De Jesus. Holloway, pump fake. Great defense by Gutierrez without fouling. And it's out of bounds off of Thomas Robinson.
And that just screams what Libertadores has done all game. Great perimeter defense. You know, that one there, he gets all of the rim on that, Robinson, but that last series of defensively, Gutierrez gets out. They don't give up an open 3.
Tello handoff. Lee Frazier back into the game after taking a boot to the face. Fake handoff. Tello then goes back to Lee Frazier. Romero screen and roll. They cut it off. Tello kick. Gutierrez. Ooh, that was money from downtown.
That's perfect offense. That's using 23 seconds of the shot clock and ending up with a good, solid 3.
Yeah, it's Gutierrez's first hit from the land beyond, and that pushed the lead to 14. Libertadores looking to put this one away, and Gutierrez almost with the swipe. Foul on Jefferson or Robinson.
And the fresher team rotates a little bit. That internal passing where Esteli dominated early in the game. Libertadores does a super job, Gutierrez in particular there, of shooting the gap on that, getting his hands on the ball, creating a foul.
Both teams sitting with 4 fouls. 2:42 to go, leads at 14. Libertadores looking like they're gonna lock it up here.
So that internal pass, Gutierrez sits on it, waits for the bounce pass, shoots it, creates a foul.
Tello. Burrell. They want to get what they want on offense. Tello no good.
Run the same set, they clock, they want to run clock, and they want to end up with an open shot. A miss doesn't hurt them there.
Oh, Tello with the steal, 4-on-1. Burrell to Romero for 2. I think that might be it, Joe. Leads at 16. De Jesus needs to hit this. Offensive rebound, Jefferson. They need some 3s. 2s aren't going to get it done. Bishop, mid-range is good.
And if you're Libertadores, you're not worried about the deep 2s.
Gutierrez to Romero. They're looking to burn as much clock as they can. Gutierrez down low, looking to draw the foul. It doesn't come to Jesus. Yeah, calling a tech here on Gutierrez.
Yes. And Gutierrez looking for the foul, doesn't get it. That's something to say.
Jesus gets 1. Don't even think that's going to hurt them at this point, Joe. Just has this feeling right now that Esteli does not have enough gas left in the tank, and Libertadores definitely the fresher squad and really getting a little bit of everything from everyone tonight.
And fresh also means focused. You know, when you're tired, you lose your focus, and this team didn't lose their focus.
Oh, great pass, Jefferson to Robinson for 2. Strong finish. Burrell. Burning some clock. Romero handoff. Lee Frazier.
Yeah, you're looking for highlights now. Running clock, looking for highlights, taking it up in the air. Nice backdoor, great look by Jefferson. Andahar goes backdoor, and Esteli needed a whole lot more of that. That's the one guy tonight that kind of surprised me. That's his first basket of the game.
I was about to say I called that a Thomas Robinson dunk, because that's exactly it. Andahar has not been on the score sheet in the point column yet.
And part of the Esteli game plan, he has been so good this tournament. Just hasn't knocked down shots for them. Hasn't got to the basket.
Seeing if this is an unsporting foul.
The key is, did he make a play on the ball?
Robinson had put out his arm on this play, looking to break it up. It's a pull down on Romero on the elevation. I think by the rule book, this could be an unsportsmanlike.
You look at it first, you don't even know if Romero even knows he's there.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like Romero was looking at him. It was a situation where Romero put his arm out.
common foul as it was whistled on the floor. That was exactly it, because that is where the confusion comes in. Is it a play on the ball if you do not even know where the player is?
Right. If he was facing him, then all of a sudden, yeah, you can call it. But in this case here, he just put out his arm.
Romero at the line. In this second half, he started to find his stroke from the stripe, which was important. Misses the first on cue. Tello almost came down with the offensive rebound. Coach Rosario just still riding these guys right to the end, Joe. And a steal.
He knows what's at stake here. Coaches coach to the end of the game. That's how you pay your mortgage.
Romero looking to just roll out as much clock as possible. Lee Frazier, jumper's good.
Lee Frazier.
Man, a great business-like performance by Libertadores. They've just done a super job of staying consistent in the game plan. Great defense.
DeJesus still doing what he does out there. Lefty finishes good. Libertadores took care of business on this night. Coach is already coming together for a little hug. Probably saying, hopefully this is not the last time we see you. Both these teams will advance to the Basketball Champions League Americas quarterfinals. Two outstanding rosters seem to both be peaking at the right time. Really just seemed like the back-to-backs was too much for Esteli, going really 6 deep when it comes down to it. And it's a 101-90 final once these final seconds roll off the clock. Libertadores de Querétaro picks up the win, and they lock up the #1 spot in Group A. Will cross over into Group B, taking on second place in that grouping.
That was fun to watch. Those were two good basketball teams. You know, the schedule didn't give them a level playing field, but that's the way this tournament works. Everybody gets put in the same rotation. There's a point in the tournament where you're going to have to play back-to-back games against a fresh team.
So Libertadores will cross over to take on Minas in a best-of-3 series in the quarterfinals, while Esteli will be taking on Kimsa of Group B.
Libertadores is a good basketball team, and they were efficient, they were solid, and they're going to have another game tomorrow. And if I'm the Honey Badgers, I'm hoping that they celebrate a lot tonight, because this is a stacked team, and they played good basketball.
On Thursday, we will have the final game of the entire Basketball Champions League Americas, the 2023 edition of this tournament, where some of the best teams from across North, Central, and South America all come together to play, spanning 7 countries. And we will take it home tomorrow when the hometown Brampton Honey Badgers take on Libertadores. We hope you join us again tomorrow. For Joe Razos, Jason Tom signing off from Brampton, Ontario.
Man, I butchered Libertadores. I butchered it. Oh, he's in here this time. I was giving it my head. I was trying to read it. I butchered the shit out of it. And I just should have said Querétaro. And I'm looking, give me a alliance, give me a name, give me something. It was in my head. It pissed me off.
for you tomorrow, Jay.